Welcome to the 84th episode of Lalitha Sahasranaam Stotra. The unconditional source of cosmic energy manifesting in 1,000 different energy forms that are sufficiently small in dose and intensity without altering the unconditionality or without introducing the adultery into these small doses, keeping the original content and administering this as a nourishment in 1,000 different forms. That's the essence of Lalitha Sahasranaam Stotra. So let us move on. The next Nama is Mahatantra. So Mahatantra, through this Nama, the three grandhis, Brahma Grandhi, Vishnu Grandhi and Rudra Grandhi of Mahayogi, the contents of these three grandhis, the accumulation of the contents of these three grandhis of Mahayogi is Mahatantra. Now, through the previous Nama, Mahabuddhir, Mahasiddhir, Mahayogeswareswari, through Mahayogeswareswari, Mahayogi has gone beyond the Graha Yogam. So he's gone beyond the planets. So now he can control the planets by being beyond the planets. He can control the planets. So through Mahasiddhi, the Rudra Grandhi, of Mahayogi got saturated. Through Mahayogeswareswari, the Vishnu Grandhi of Mahayogi got saturated. Through Mahabuddhi, Brahma Grandhi of Mahayogi got saturated. So, the Mahayogi who is beyond Graha Yogam planets now, his faculties are saturated, and there is no need to employ his senses because he is beyond the karmaacharan. So such people are now known as Chidvilasa. So Chidvilasa means those whose discretion is got super saturated. That is Chidvilasa. Chit means discretion. So those who are in north, south or Uttarayana, Dakshinayana, their Brahma Grandhi, Vishnu Grandhi, Rudra Grandhis are linked to the five elements that has been already discussed before. And those who are in east-west, that is Paschimana and Purvayana, their three gandhis are having different qualities, and those who are Mahayoga, those who are in Mahayogam and got saturated in Graha Yogam, they are beyond the five elements and beyond the east-west direction, and their three gandhis are saturated with planetary characteristics. So that is what is the state that Mahayogi has achieved through Mahatantra. Now, Tantra already been explained before. Tantra essentially means the the acoustics of the mantra, the two ends of the acoustics of the mantra, through this the through this two through the two ends of the mantra acoustics, the sattva raja tamo gunas are formed, and these three characteristics are collected from the three grandhis, and then presented at the corridor, at the entrance of the corridor of the senses, that is Tantra. So essentially it is a karmaacharan resulting from the termination of the mantra, the acoustics of the mantra, the ends of the mantra. The ends of the mantra are transformed into the three gunas, that is sattva, raja, tamo gunas. Their characteristics collected from the three grandhis and then presented at the entrance of the corridor of the senses, that is Tantra. So, the formula that is originated from mantra is Tantra. So, therefore, Mahatantra. So, that is Tantra. What is Mahatantra? Mahatantra. So, it was said that Mahayogi is controlling the 7 crore brahma gnanis. So, these are acting in the Uttarayana Dakshinayana, and they are utilizing this Tantra, the Ucharana or the acoustics of the Tantra in north-south or Uttarayana Dakshinayana. So that process is being controlled by Mahayogi, and through this acoustics of 7 crore brahma gnanis, the mantra acoustics of the 7 crore brahma gnanis, the sattva, raja, tamo gunas that are generated are subjected to karmaacharan or action, and Mahayogi, who is beyond the planets, the graha yogam, he is taking the fruit of this karmaacharan of the 7 crore brahma gnanis. So therefore the collection of the tantra karmaacharan or action performed by the 7 crore brahma gnanis by expending the sattva, raja, tamo gunas, that collection is called Mahatantra. So let us examine this procedure, interesting procedure, one more time. So the 7 crore brahmagyan is the Tantra karma, fruit of the karma, through the 5 elements, the physical 5 elements. They go to the planets, and they're subjected to the attraction repulsion of the magnetic waves of the Jupiter, and gets divided into 2. So these 2 parts reaches, one part reaches to the sun, other part reaches to the moon. So the one that has reached, the one part that has reached the sun, from there it goes to the Mercury, which is the adjacent. Sun is in Muladhara, Mercury is in Swadhisthana. So the response of the Mercury, of the Mercury planet, through that it gets, some proportion of this part gets filtered in the Brahma Grandhi of the Mahayogi. So so therefore the collection of the 7 crore brahmagnanis fruit of the Tantra karmaacharan has reached the Brahma grandhi of the Mahayogi and got filtered there. So the remaining portion gets subjected to the sluggish revolution of the Saturn in Manipuraka, and gets gratified through the potency of the Venus in Anahata, and reaches the Vishnu grandhi. So the one that was filtered in Brahma grandhi, it is called Mahabuddhi. The one that gets filtered in the Vishnu grandhi is Mahasiddhi. Vishnu grandhi is Mahasiddhi. So the remaining, the residual portion, it goes to the Visuddhi Chakra, and then through the oscillation of the Visuddhi Chakra, and then the repulsion attraction of the Jupiter in Agna Chakra reaches the Rudra grandhi and gets filtered. It becomes Mahayogeswareswari. So the one that gets filtered in the Brahma grandhi is the Tamoguna, of accumulation of the Tamoguna. The one that gets filtered in the Vishnu grandhi is the Rajoguna. The one that gets filtered in the Rudra grandhi is Sattvaguna. So these Sattvagunas that are filtered in Rudra grandhi, so they absorb the moon rays in the Sahasrara of the Mahayogi. So once they absorb the moon rays, the Mahayogi, through the Jura membrane of the Mahayogi in the Sahasrara, he releases them into the universe. So this is the karmaacharan or action performed by the Mahayogi. So the accumulation of all the fruit of the karmaacharan of the Tantra of 7 crore brahma gnanis, who in turn are collecting the remaining population's fruit. So the accumulation of this fruit is reaching the 3 grandhis, getting filtered, and so the last portion that is filtered in the Rudra grandhi is being released into the universe. So in return, so he is since he is a witness, he is operating in a witness mode. He has released some fruit into the universe that is beyond the planets. So in return, the Astasiddhis, that is the 7 planets' wealth, and as well as the shadow planets' wealth, all that, the Astasiddhis enters through the Jura membrane into the Mahayogi. So this Astasiddhi, he in turn passes to the 7 crore Brahmagnanis, who further passes this wealth to the remaining population. So this is the hierarchy in which this Mahatantra operates. A very interesting and methodical procedure. So that is Mahatantra. The next nama is Mahamantra. So Mahamantra is the Mahatantra karmaacharan action performed by the Mahayogi. For that karmaacharan action performed by the Mahayogi, the Jupiter, the response of the Jupiter is called Maha Mantra. That means the alteration of the magnetic waves of the Jupiter because of the karmaacharan performed by Mahayogi, who is beyond the Graha Yoga, through Mahatantra. The alteration of the Jupiter is called Maha Mantra. So through Mahatantra, the three grandhis of the Mahayogi surfaced. So the sattva, raja, tamo gunas that are filled in the three grandhis of the Mahayogi. So due to the presence of this, the collection of these sattva, raja, tamo gunas in the three grandhis of the Mahayogi, the Jupiter magnetic waves gets altered. That means Mahabuddhir, Mahasiddhir, Mahayogeshwareswari. These characteristics are affecting these characteristics present in the three grandhis of the Mahayogi are affecting the magnetic waves of the Jupiter. So this alteration of the Jupiter is called Mahatantra Mahamantra. So that means the 7 crore brahma gnanis, whatever the mantras, they are the acoustics of the mantras that they are saying, that is mantra, but Mahayogi doesn't speak a word. So therefore Mahayogi, there are no acoustics that are emanating or releasing from the Mahayogi. But Mahamantra is essentially the collection of the 7 mantras of the 7 crore brahma gnanis. And the collection of this 7 crore brahma gnani mantras collected by the Mahayogi, and the alteration of the Jupiter because of this collection of the mantras of the 7 crore brahma gnanis, that is Mahamantra. So from this it is evident that if we do the karmaacharan action properly, the forces in nature gets altered. So that is this is the example of this hypothesis. So that's about Mahamantra. The next nama is Mahayantra. So Mahayantra is due to the alteration of the Jupiter characteristics that are resulting from Mahamantra. This are since Jupiter characteristics got altered through Mahamantra, the 7 Kundalini Chakras of the Mahayogi also subjected to alteration, that is Mahayantra. So the hierarchy we have already discussed. The 7 crore brahma gnanis, the Tantra karmaacharan action, fruit of that, the 5 elements, through the 5 elements are presented into the planets, and from the planets it goes to the 3 grandhis of the Mahayogi, who is beyond the planet, that is Mahatantra. So the Mahayogi who does perform a karmaacharan through Mahatantra, so because of that the alteration of the Jupiter in the body of the Mahayogi, that is Mahamantra. The alteration of the Jupiter, because of that, the alteration of the Kundalini Chakras of the Mahayogi, that is Mahayantra. So there's a clear hierarchy here. So in the past, through Maheshwari, the 7 Kundalini Chakras of the Yogi they became standstill. They were frozen. And subsequently the 7 planets, the 7 Divine Mother Saptamatrukas, and then 7 saints, and then 7 nodes, all that have entered into the Yogi. And through Mahabala, this filling process was completed. From Mahabuddhi, the 7 Kundalini Chakras of the Yogi, who subsequently was promoted to Mahayogi, the revolution of this 7 Kundalini Chakras was initiated through Mahabuddhi. And so through Mahayantra, the acceptance of the fruit of this 7 crore brahma gnanis reaching the Mahayogi, that circle is completed. So the 7 crore brahma gnanis fruit was taken by the Mahayogi. So the 7 crore brahma gnanis, they are absorbing whose fruit? Of karmaacharan. So the remaining population who are animalistic, not so much evolved souls, so essentially 690 crore population of the human population, and the remaining living beings that are having body, and their karmaacharana fruits, everything is being taken care by the 7 crore brahma gnanis, and they pass it to the Mahayogi, who is beyond the Grahayogam. So this reflects an order in the universe. There is a hierarchy of the karmacharana fruit, the fruit of our action. So this reflects the fruit of action cycle in the universe. So there is a clear hierarchy of our fruit of the fruit of our action. So this also explains why some people are very successful, some people are failure, because those who are able to reach beyond the 5 elements into the planets, and those who reach to the Mahayogi, they can draw the wealth from the Mahayogi. And those who are able to reach only the Brahmagnanis, 7 crore Brahmagnanis, they get only that much wealth that is rationed. So this is an order in the universe. So the Uttara and Dakshina, that is north-south, gets terminated into the east-west, that is Paschimāyana Purvāyana, and the Paschimāyana Purvāyana, that is east-west, gets terminated into the planets, that is Grahayogam, Grahayanam, and the contents of the Grahayanam, that is planet, the contents of the planets gets terminated into something that is beyond the planets, that is Mahayogi. So therefore all all the karmaacharan, that is actions, are terminated into Mahayogi. So this Mahayogi now is beyond the 7 planets, beyond the 7 divine mothers, and beyond the 7 rishis, sapta rishis, and beyond the 7 nodes. Is beyond everything. So that's why he is able to control this hierarchy. So that's about Mahayantra. Then the next nama is Mahasana. Mahasana means the saturated, the senses that are saturated, the Mahayogi senses are saturated, and that saturated senses is being transformed into a seat. The asana means seat. That seat is for the universal mother to be seated. That is Mahasana. That means the senses of the Mahayogi are transformed like a seat, and that seat is being used by the used by the universal mother. So those who are assuming the body, the normal souls who are assuming the body and operating in Uttara and Dakshina, east, that is north south, and performing the karmaacharan through the internal 5 elements, that is Pancha Brahmas, Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, Mahayantra, and Shiva. So for these individuals, the universal mother is having a different seat, that is Pancha Brahma. Through these Pancha Brahmas, she is manifesting. That is why she is known as Pancha Brahma Sanastita. So on the other hand, the Mahayogi who is beyond the planets, the Graha Yogam, who is able to take all the fruit of actions of the entire universe beyond the northwest, east, west, and beyond the planetary hierarchy. So his senses, the senses of Mahayogi, gets transformed into, or transcend, the senses are being transcended into a seat that is called Mahasana, and Universal Mother uses that seat. So the seat, asana means it is not always been used. It is only used during the luxury of the experiencing the fruit of action. So it's only when we sit properly that we can eat food, or we can do we can enjoy a movie or something. So that is asana. So Mahasana doesn't mean that she is always, Universal Mother is always using that seat. Only when she wants to enjoy the luxury of the fruit that is being provided by the Mahayogi, she uses this Mahasana. So the northwest, the Uttara and Dakshina kriyas, the fruit of action reaches Pancha Brahmasana, that is the seat of the Pancha Brahmas transformed into the asana, the seat, and this Pancha Brahma fruit of action reaches the 7 crore brahma gnanis, And the 7 crore brahma gnanis fruit of action reaches beyond the planetary hierarchy to the Mahayogi, and Mahayogi fruit of action reaches Mahasana, which is being used by the Universal Mother. So therefore, in this hierarchy, it seems that Universal Mother, she spends the time she spends on Mahasana is very, very short, because the major proportion of the action or karmaacharan is happening in the Uttarayana and Dakshinayana through Prancha Brahmasana, and subsequently the 7 crore Brahma Gnanis, etc. So even if the Universal Mother is being seated in Mahasana for a shortest time, so that result itself is much greater than what she can do in Pancha Brahmasana. So that's the effect of Mahasana. So with this, somehow this sloka, which is a very interesting sloka, we are entering into a very crucial phase, a milestone, so to speak, in this Lalitha Sahasranaam. This sloka is completed, that is Mahatantra Maha Mahayantra Mahasana. The Mahayogi whose senses are being saturated and who is beyond the hierarchy of the planets, his personality or ego is Mahatantra. And through Mahamantra, the faculty of intellect of the Mahayogi is being trained. And through Mahayantra, the faculty of discretion gets trained. And the Mahasana refers to the mind, faculty of mind of the Mahayogi. So that is being used by the Universal Mother. Therefore, through the faculty of the mind of the Mahayogi, the Universal Mother makes the oscillation from the Uttarayana and Dakshina, that is north-south to east-west to planetary hierarchy to the Mahayogi. So it is the Mahayogi's mind, faculty of mind, that Universal Mother uses to transcend herself into the Uttarayana and Dakshinayana, and subsequently Paschimana Purvayana, and then the Grahayana, and then finally to the Mahasana. So that explains why she spends very little time on Mahasana, because she is oscillating more in the Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. If there is a more need in that phase. So the Universal Mother, who herself doesn't have the body, she uses the body of the Mahayogi. She uses the faculties of the Mahayogi and operates and manifests herself into Uttarayana, Dakshinayana, and Paschimana, Purvayana, and then Grahayana. So that's the essence of Mahamantra, Mahatantra, Mahamantra, Mahayantra, Mahasana. The remaining namas we will explore in the next episode. Thank you.